What's up, people, and welcome back to the channel.
Just so you know, you sexy as hell.
And if ain't nobody tell you, let this be a designated PSA to you right now, today. If ain't nobody tell you, you got a fat ass.
You special.
If ain't nobody acknowledge it today, if ain't nobody acknowledge it ever, just know, we see it. You got a fat ass.
Every fucking day my baby daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids?
Hold on, off rip. I just want to say, if a bitch got 3 other kids, why are you there?
Kind of crazy.
Why are you there? My thing is, your goal, the goal. I'm not saying the only thing you should be doing, but the goal of what you should be doing is to have a kid with somebody who also does not have a kid. You feel me? That's gonna come with its problems in itself, but it's not gonna add on top of the problems. It's not gonna add on top of the problems that come with having a kid with a bitch that already got 3 kids. That's different. That's
also, most of us were accidents. So he probably wasn't intending on having a kid with her. He probably was just like,
But even then,
just smashing, and
But even then,
shit happens.
Even if he wasn't intending to have a kid with a chick, she has 3 kids. This bitch fertile as fuck.
But what if he didn't know she had 3 kids though?
How do you
What
not
if it
know
was
a bitch
like
got 3 kids?
What was just like they met in the club? They was dancing together in the club. No, they was dancing together in the club. It was like a one night stand type shit. And they fucked, and she was like, "Yo."
Then that's still a problem in itself.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like that. That
you
shit
got a
does
one-night
happen.
stand pregnant.
Without that shit does happen though. Like he probably didn't know that shit. He probably just was smashing. And it was like, oh fuck, and hey.
Well, for the niggas out there that do know she got 3 kids, let's say that you do know
Yeah.
she got 3 kids. This bitch fertile as fuck. Why are you fucking her? She obviously can hold. She obviously can retain that shit and then create something. So why are you fucking her? You trying to have a kid too. So it's like,
Being horny is a hell of a drug. Hell of a drug.
stop being horny. But like, the goal should be
being horny.
to have a kid with a chick. The goal should be to fuck with a chick that don't got no kids. If she got 1 kid, that's easily looked past. You know what I'm saying? You can look past 1 kid. That's cool. 2 kids, you're pushing it. 3, why are you here? That's how it is. 3 strikes, you out. Why are you here? You was asking for this shit. But if you fuck with a kid that got more than 1 kid, if you fuck with a kid, god damn, I said that wrong. FBI, open up! If you fuck with a chick,
God.
if you fuck with a woman, if you fuck with a grown woman of legal
adult.
consenting age who already has a kid, that's problems on top of that, because now that's a throuple. That's you, that's her, and that's the baby daddy. Because that nigga whatever that situation is, that nigga gonna be involved regardless. He gonna be a factor regardless, because that's his kid. You know what I'm saying? Adding kids on top of that, adding baby daddies on top of that, adding problems on top of that. You feel me? So 1 kid is already problems. Baby daddy, baby mom problems. For the women too, fucking with niggas with kids. This goes for y'all too. Don't fuck with a nigga that got kids. Fuck with somebody that ain't got no kids. The more kids, the more problems. You know what I'm saying? So why are you even there? That's strike number 1. That's strike number fucking 1.
McDonald's though. Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing 1 child something to eat. Look, there he go. And I bet you he only got 1 thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the seven.
Listen, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
How are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
Listen,
them are his siblings though. He not finna eat.
She said, "You had them." I didn't have them.
That's true. She had them, but you also fucked her while she had them. Meaning, at some point, you already knew about these kids. I'm looking like this. Ain't nobody finna be fucking with somebody for a minute that got kids and not develop a relationship with them kids. It's humanly impossible unless you just that much of a dickhead as the person who's coming into their life, and then as the parent of those kids to allow this person to not have to allow this person to actively not have a relationship with these kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go out of your way to not acknowledge your kids, unless there's like a thing where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep my kids separate from them, so like, keep that shit separate. Unless it's like established parenting thing, that's different. But if it's not an established parenting thing, and you fucking with somebody for somewhat amount of time to get pregnant while you have several kids, and they don't develop this connection with your kids, you a fucked up parent off real.
Yeah.
And you a fucked up person as well for fucking with this person with kids consistently enough to get them pregnant, and you actively avoiding the kids, right? I'm saying all this because he had to have he had to have some type of connection with these kids. He had to. So it's like, now he's choosing not to bring food or anything for these kids. This is all speculation. I'm not like trying to talk like I know. I'm just saying, like, from speculation, this is what the fuck he look like.
He's right.
You know what I'm saying? That what you said, I'm right.
Yeah. Updates. I heard that she said, because the argument on Twitter was, because like, I was thinking what you were saying.
Okay, one thing I will say, I did see that somebody said this might be a skit.
Yeah, I think it is. But
it's been a common thing where like people in relationships will like create these controversial couples skits or like hookups, baby daddy, baby mama skits, whatnot, to generate controversy.
I believe it is, but the topic still stands though.
Yeah, but like, let's continue as if it's not a skit, because like, shit like this actually does happen.
The argument on Twitter was what you were saying, and while you were saying that, in my head I was like, yes, all that fits for the scenario of he built a bond with these kids, and he was like basically playing stepdad to these kids before he had his actual kid. Okay. There's a lot of scenarios where accidents happened, they could have met, whatever, and they could have just, like, niggas fuck all the time, just to fuck, and you know what I mean, niggas slip up sometimes, niggas just going raw, like, you know what I mean, like, shit just happens. But I seen on Twitter, they said that that he was with her before, and before they like separated or broke up, he would like bring all the kids food and shit like that. And when they separated, that's when he kind of stopped bringing all the kids food or whatever. In that instance, in that case, it's fucked up, my nigga. Like, you can bring all these kids of food, and nigga, and it's McDonald's. Like, it's not even like you bringing the kid like some high end fancy
Five
shit.
Guys.
Yeah, like you ain't bringing them no fancy. Like, it's McDonald's, my nigga. Get 3-4 Happy Meals, you know what I mean? That shit might run you like,
especially if you've been
30
doing
at
this
most.
Before.
That shit might run you like maybe 30 at most, maybe like 40. Like, I don't know, but it ain't gonna cost that much. It ain't so crazy. But I do feel like the best situation, the best scenario in this situation would have been just to bring the kid to the car and be like, yo, instead of coming out with the food, being like, yo, can you bring little Timmy outside? Let's go have like a daddy son day or whatever. And then show the kid like, hey, I got McDonald's for you. Let's go out to my house. Let's go eat. Let's go out to Dave and Buster's or somewhere. Go chill and eat. You know what I mean? Because it is shitty to ask her to go bring in this one bag of McDonald's to her son, where she got like 3 other kids. Like, nigga, where my shit at? That creates a sense of like, that could create like a big sibling rivalry. You know what I mean? That can create like jealousy, a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So,
whereas it's also shitty for her to try to expect him. I mean, no, wait, no. That was a thought I had at first before I found out that like he was like already had a relationship. Because I was gonna say it's also shitty for her to try to like expect him. I mean, no. Honestly, yeah,
if they broke up,
it still is shitty for her to try to expect him to still provide food for all these kids. Talking about she don't get her stamps until the 11th or the 7th.
Lisa, that ain't my problem, Lisa. Come on, Lisa. What the fuck you think I am, Lisa?
She's saying, I don't get my food stamps till this point, which I feel like was kind of a crazy statement to say.
I mean, you ain't got no food in here
because you kind of just admitted that you can't feed these kids.
You got 3 kids. You ain't got. I mean, I know it's hard. She's a single mother. I ain't gonna be too judgmental, but like,
and it was pointing out how she had her nails done and shit like that. I mean, which kind of further like makes it seem
like a skit.
This reality. I mean? This reality, as far as we're concerned right now, this is reality.
But it's like I see where he coming from, because it's like, yeah, he may have been providing for these kids while he was still in the household, because as far as he concerned, these are like my kids too. Like I'm playing stepdad right now, so I'd be shitty to do that anyways. But once I leave this house, they ain't my kids. You know what I mean?
My only responsibilities to this little nigga over here.
I get where he coming from, but me personally, if I built a bond,
go fuck off.
Yeah, if I built a bond with 3 other kids, I would make sure they're okay as well. Yeah, like I wouldn't just cut that shit off once I start fucking with you.
You ain't beefing with the kids,
and you still care about these kids. But I also wouldn't be mad at him if he feel like, I don't gotta care for these kids anymore because they not my, like, where they dads at. You know what I mean? Like, so I understand both sides, both scenarios. All in all, it's fucked up. Fucked up scenario to be in. This could have easily been avoided and easily been salvageable
if you just didn't fuck the bitch.
That, and while you're in the scenario, just ask the kid to come out to the car. If we continue the video, I don't think he did ask. She's like, hey, bring him to the car.
Yeah, at that point,
she was
it's
like,
too late.
no. She's like, no, fuck you. Like,
at that point, it's too late.
So he should have just pulled up like, hey, I want to get my son for today. Bring him outside to the car. I'm going to take him out. And if the other kids ask, like, hey, where's he going? He's going out with his dad. I mean, it may suck, but it's the reality. Like, this ain't your kid anymore. Also, be careful who you bring around your kids, man. Be careful as a single mom, single dad, who you can bring around your kids.
Yeah.
Because you don't want these kids to establish a bond with this grown ass nigga that don't got no responsibility towards his kids.
Which is why I proposed that one scenario where most parents would be like, look, these my kids, you the boyfriend, y'all in your own separate rooms. That'd be like, that's the one like scenario where it's like to avoid all of this altogether.
But like separate rooms, like separate houses.
Well, I mean, I didn't mean like literally separate house. I mean like they just don't interact.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like,
unless like we're like years in, you know what I mean? Years in, and I know this is a good nigga, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I want him to be in my life. Then obviously there's gonna be some crossover because like y'all both in my life. I can't keep y'all separate forever. You know what I mean? Yeah. But be careful. Have like a good screening process. treat this shit like it's a job. Like,
I mean, even then,
background checks. You know what I mean? Like, don't bring any nigga around your kid. You know, because any female either. Like, this goes with both sides of the coin. Like, don't bring anybody around your kids. Cause
like even then, motherfuckers flip like that. I mean, we humans, bro. Everybody ain't just one thing. They could show you something at the beginning, and then next thing you know, further along, they're like, fuck your kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I say, like, you know, at least try your best
to not fuck a bitch with kids.
That
to not fucking nigga with kids.
But if you do, try your best to like, if you're like a single mother, right? And you like you know, single mothers need love too. You know what I mean? So like, if you can't get it from your baby daddy, whatever situation that may be, like he may not fuck with you anymore. The love may not be there. He may have passed away. You never know. But like, they need love too. So in their case, or a single father case, you know, just be careful. Have like a strong screening process. You know what I mean? And even if it does go sour, at least you knew, like, I did the best that I could. Yeah. You know what I mean? To like prevent this from happening, you know? Because people are good at hiding who they are, you know, just in life in general. They're good at hiding their true self, hiding their true colors, you know? Like, niggas may even be years in without showing you who they really are. You know what I mean? Like, nigga been in your house, been in your fridge, been in you, and you still don't know what he's really like, you know. So just try your best. Go screening process, background check his Facebook, check his criminal record history, you know, vice versa, check her record, check her history, you know, because your kids are important, and your kids are gonna grow up with that memory of, like, you know, you bringing Tommy around.
Remember that nigga that came to the house that one day? He didn't bring me and Charlie and Stephanie McDonald's, but he bought motherfucking Michael's son.
Right? Like, little shit like that you don't expect be like a checkpoint, like, moment in a kid's life. You know what I mean? When they grow up still thinking about that shit, like, damn. And it can affect them in ways that you never thought it would affect them, you know? So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Don't fuck with people.
They got kids.
Yeah.
Just avoid all of that. You know what they say? Prevention is the best cure. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't focus on your kids. Like I said, 3-strike system. 3-strike system. 1 kid, you could possibly look past that. 2 kids, you're pushing it. 3 kids, you're capping. The only exception is how old the kids is. You feel me? If at least one of the kids is like 30.
And how old you are too. Cause you don't want to be like 18 like I am. Like, I ain't finna be fucking with no female that got a kid, especially now. Like, even when I'm like 20, like, I'm not fucking with nobody that got a kid. At least not seriously. Like, I'm not finna be no stepdad when I'm still a kid my goddamn self. You know what I mean? Like, it's just important, especially you, like.
But I mean, if the kid is also 18, you know what I'm saying?
That's then the worst.
Y'all bros now.
Hell nah.
Y'all bros.
Hell nah. If my mother brings a nigga home that's my age, we fighting.
Y'all ain't bros.
We fight. What? What?
That ain't one of the homies.
What? Telling me that nigga come in my room, play the PS4.
Come in your room with some basketball shorts and Gucci slides, no t-shirt.
Nigga, what? I knew what you just got done doing, bro. I know what just got done happening.
What's good to the 2K? You trying to have me bust your ass in 2K?
Busting ass, huh? I'm smacking your ass. I'm beating your ass. Do not bring nobody home that's my age. Or my height either. Like, even if you're like a grown ass man and you my height, I can probably take you. So like taller and older, even then, like my age now, he gotta be like a real astute gentleman. You know what I mean? For me not to have like a problem.
Good day, sir.
Yeah, like he gotta be cool as fuck. You know what I mean?
Allow me to partake in busting your ass in 2K.
He gotta be cool as hell, like, cause like I feel like I'm finna move out anyway, so I won't have to deal with that. So like, at least I know, like, okay, my mom is in good hands with this nigga. You know what I mean? But it gotta be like very specific scenarios and shit like that. Like, I gotta know that you a cool ass nigga. You know what I mean? Cause if shit goes south, I know I can probably take you. You know, just being real. And if you my age, I can definitely take you. So yeah, man, that's our thoughts. If you want to take anything away from this video, just know you sexy as fuck. And also, don't have kids.
With people that already have kids.
Or just don't.
That's
the earth is too
honestly,
populated.
That's honestly,
we got too many people here anyways. I was just in Chinatown recently, and there was so many people.
Too many people.
Too many people.
Not enough money.
Not enough space. So just stop.
Don't do it.
It's not worth it.
Plus, they forcing y'all to have kids now. They force y'all to have the kid.
We ain't finna get into
You know
that.
what I'm
That's a whole
saying?
nother
It's
topic.
like, come on now. They trying to make this bitch even more populated. And not even, we ain't even got the money for it. You know what?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's been our thoughts. We are the kings, and this is Kingdom News. See you guys next time. Peace.